Hey everyone. First, I hope you had a wonderful winter break and you've come back refreshed and renewed, and hopefully with a little bit more sleep under your belt. I wanted to kind of explain my rationale for why we're hopping into the documentary mini week before we head back to science and poetry. If we were on site in my classroom, this would happen pretty frequently. I like to keep my students bouncing sort of all over the map, always with purpose though. I wanted to do something this week to talk to you about the rhetorical situation and remind you of that triangle and those factors in an argument that are really important, not just for the AP exam, but also in general as you craft your own arguments. I wasn't exactly sure how I wanted to approach this, and over the break, I actually fell into a Netflix documentary that I really enjoyed. And as I was watching it, I found myself mentally jotting down several quotes I wanted to use for various purposes and really appreciating how the argument was formed. Typically, we don't do documentary work until the end of the year, but I thought this might be a nice way to ease back into school. I also know many of you are wrapping up Fuel Ed courses right now, and that can be pretty labor intensive. So this just felt like the right moment to do this. What I'm going to ask you to do, and this is explained on the page as well, but I figured I'd chat with you for a minute about it. You're going to be selecting a documentary. Pick something you're really interested in. Not something that you already are an expert in, but maybe there's an area of study that you've always wanted to look at. This is the time and the permission to take 2 hours or however long the documentary is to really just sit and delve in. One thing you need to make sure is that your documentary is not purely informational. You want it to be something that presents an argument. So for example, the documentary that I watched over the break was on minimalism. And the idea was that people should pare down the amount of things that they have, that physical stuff does not necessarily make us happy, and that our society and culture really are grounded in encouraging us to buy more stuff. As someone who has a lot of collectibles and things like that, I found that really interesting. So I wanted to explore it, and I really enjoyed the documentary. I'd recommend it if it's one that you're looking for, if you're looking for one to pick. But really take time. The choice in this is important because if you pick something you're interested in, you'll pay better attention, you'll take better notes, and you'll learn something the other way out. One of the reasons I like doing units like this or lessons like this is because you get to select the content. Of course, I can present content to you all year and I have a lot to present, but it's really valuable to sort of self-select and ask yourself, what do I want to learn about? I've included not just some samples from Netflix that I like later on in the steps this week, but I also included a link to a great website that offers free documentaries. So you do not need to have any streaming services to access some really great stuff. Once you've selected your documentary, you're essentially going to take notes about the rhetorical situation and turn it into a rhetorical analysis. Again, my hope is that you pick something that you're really interested in and something that will enrich your week and be enjoyable as well. We will return to documentaries later in the year in a more formal unit, but again, my hope is that this is kind of a nice way to dip our toes in, to bring you back in from the break, and to again allow you time to pursue something that you're interested in. I think learning happens best when students can pursue those passions that they have. If you're really stuck and have no idea what documentary to watch, send me a message and I can happily suggest a few. Do not wait until the end of the week. If you don't want to watch the video and write the analysis till Sunday midnight, that's okay. That's up to you. But make sure that you select it early on, because the worst thing in the world would be to get to the end of the week and have to watch a documentary that you didn't really research or enjoy. Then it really isn't a good project for you, and it probably won't be a good rhetorical analysis. Again, if you have questions, let me know. Welcome back, and I look forward to working with you this January.